This is Answer Meditation, and you're tuning in to Sandy Daily.
Natural beauty.
The original 3 C's, the Black Carrie Bradshaw.
Listen.
You want the gossip? You want the information? The news? The real talk?
You sexy
You are now tuning into the Daily Grind with me, Sandy Daly. Let's go, baby. Good morning, good day, good afternoon. Of course, this is Sandy Daly, and I welcome you to the show today. And as I stated, I always have big guests, but today I brought the beautiful ladies. Of course, you can thank me later. Yes, Sandy, thank you so much. Of course, today is a show to talk about because we have the ladies of Voice Masters, the Global Speakers Conference that's going to be happening in Florida. I wish I could go. I might have to pack my bags and go this November the 1st. In Florida. They'll tell me all about it. But of course, it's just been a crazy time. So, of course, the summer has ended for most of us, all of us. The kids are back to school. Yes, thank you, gosh, as they say. Of course, I have an 11-year-old. He was eating up my house. I couldn't take it anymore. I love him, but I couldn't afford it. I could not afford him. So I'm just so happy that the kids are back to school and just everybody's actually getting ready just for an amazing time this fall, this September, starting off. I always say there are like 3 times for the year. There's January to start off, then there's, of course, September, and then there's the end of the year to end with a bang. So today we're going to end and start off September, of course, with a bang because I have some amazing lady. Excuse me. I have Andrea Adams, of course. I have Shirley Brown Dancy, and of course, I have Abigail, amazing young thing here, on the stage with me tonight. Ladies, say hello. You are all so gorgeous.
Hello.
Oh, so cute. Andrea, how are you doing? I had you on my show on the Super Jam show the other day, and you did amazing. How is everything?
Oh, everything is amazing. And I thank you again for having me yet again on your platform.
You're welcome.
All is well, and I'm just excited to share what we have to offer tonight with your audience.
Perfect. Thank you so very much. And of course, I brought also Miss Shirley Brown. Shirley, how are you doing, darling?
I am doing fantastic. It's a pleasure being here with you all today. And I am looking forward to this 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or whatever it is, just spending time with you all.
Of course. And as I stated, these ladies are a part of this amazing event that is happening in Florida. And so they're going to talk all about it. But, for me, and I've said this to you, Andrea, I really don't get scared because I do it all the time, but I've had to master it. You understand? There are little tricks that I use. I always think that people want me to be friendly and to succeed and to be good. I always think that. So I'm like, okay, they want me to do good on the stage. Why should I be scared, right? Is that a technique that you think works, Andrea?
Oh, well, of course, definitely. That is one of the primary techniques for public speaking, because whenever I'm teaching on that topic, what I tell people, you're the expert. Remember, you're there to deliver. So they want to hear you. They want to hear what you have to say. Definitely using that is a technique.
Of course. And of course, they've brought a beautiful young lady who's here with her mom. You guys look like sisters. Trust me. I wasn't sure which one was Abigail. I was like, who is Abigail? But Abigail, what does it feel like to you to be involved in this event that is happening in Florida?
It's very amazing. It's a wonderful opportunity for me. And I am excited to do this because this is one of the first times I've spoken internationally or spoken to this big of an audience.
Nice. And mommy, was she always like this? Because she seems very confident. I wish when I was her age, I'd been this confident. Was she always like this? Did she get it from you? You can tell me.
Well, I won't take credit for that, but Abigail has an inner strength and she has a voice. And I am happy that she has chosen this platform to share her voice. Indeed, she is confident. I like her drive. One of the things that I've always done is allow her to set her own pace. And
Right.
with that, she's able to stand on her own. Because, come on, we're ladies. We need to have our voice be heard.
Of course.
Be proud of what we have to share. So, yes.
Definitely. And that is so amazing. Now, Shirley, Abigail's mom just actually touted on something, and that is the voice of females, right? Was this a
Right.
definite choice that you wanted to make when you were actually putting this together?
Yes, when we put the overall event together, we wanted to not just be adults, but we stepped back and we took a look at the youth. And Andrea
Right.
is very keen and big on the youth, developing our youth. And so whenever we take the time to develop our youth, we're giving them a voice so that they can speak and be heard in rooms that they need to be able to speak up in. So we created this platform to show people that our youth also they have a voice, and if they do not have a developed voice, then Global Voice Masters Global is the place to help them do that. And Andrea has an awesome program that focuses just primarily on the youth, and I'll let her talk about that program. But
Right.
we have you right. So we've collaborated, even though Andrea is a co-founder, we collaborated together with this piece of the both businesses because we saw how both platforms would inspire and uplift and help so many people around the world.
And it's so great, Shirley. I'm glad that you brought that up. Now, I was going to come to you definitely, Andrea. So, why did Voice Masters begin? What was the origin? Let's get to the nitty gritty of it. What was the story? What's the story behind that?
All right. Well, we came together, and I'll just give my little piece of it. I don't want to
Yeah.
steal the show, but we came together. Actually, we were in Orlando, Florida. We were supporting Les Brown with an event, and we all met there. Now, Andrea and I had already met going through Les Brown's Power Voice program, and then another program that's very powerful, which is Thinking into Results, John Tellerico. But we met going through those programs. I had no idea that we would be partnering together with this program because we had another member as part of this overall process when we first started, and that member kind of drifted off. And then Andrea came to be a part of the overall program. So I was very delighted when I saw her because I know how unique she is, how powerful she is as a female, and how powerful a speaker she is. So it was just a win-win. But it was four dynamic women came together. We
Right.
had a vision. We all speak. And so we said, okay, let's band together and create something that no one else has because we saw a gap. And so we worked together, put our minds together, and
Yeah.
we focused on filling that gap. So that's all I'm going to give you right now. I'll let Andrea kind of go from there.
Andrea, thank you. What is your take on it? How did this all begin for you?
Just the same way
Yeah.
we were basically giving our service to Les Brown because he has put so much into our lives. He's poured so much into us, and we always take the opportunity to volunteer and to give back. When he called upon us, we were there. And it's not by chance, I think it's by design that we ended up just connecting with each other. As Shirley mentioned, we all met and we spoke about forming the group, but originally I was not there. But then when one person drifted away, they were like, Andrea did say she was interested. In fact, it
Right.
was Empress, our fourth founder. She kept insisting, you got to have Andrea on. You have to have Andrea on. And it's against that background that I ended up being part of the entire vision. And since then, we have been going.
Oh, amazing. And of course, we have another guest that actually just came on. So, Miss Charlene, how you doing, Hans? You are beautiful. Welcome to the show. My name is Sandy. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for that
Thank you.
compliment. Thank you.
No worries. No worries, honey. Now, of course, Charlene, you're one of the founders as well, too, right? One of the organizers as well. Tell us a bit about your story. How did you get involved into this?
It's a similar story as
Yeah.
what Andrea and Shirley shared. So pretty much a lot of it would be repeated because we met at the same place at the same time, and we had the creative idea. Except for Andrea, we did not meet Andrea at the same time. Another co-founder met her. We were all in the same space though, but we did not meet her on the day. So the story remains the same. So that's how we met. And then we decided, and that's just a year ago. Might
Wow.
I remind you, it's just a year ago. And so we decided that creative minds coming together, we need to do something that will inspire, empower while we engage.
Of course. And there you are, Abigail. So cute. So beautiful. So cute. This is going to be so great. The thing I love about this event is that you have incorporated the youths. Okay. And excuse me. And as I said, the young people for me is where it's all at. I have, I've raised children. I have a young one here with me at home, my 11-year-old. So I try to instill in him the best and most positive things. So what are the folks saying? Abigail, your mommy, what do you think about this?
I think that this is a wonderful opportunity, and I've seen multiple things like this
Right.
that where they when they don't really incorporate the children, or they may incorporate them, but not as much as this event, this conference, and I find that really amazing.
Of course, and that is so good. So on that day, what is it going to look like? I know that you have vendors that actually can be there as well. What does the lineup look like? How does it work out for you, Shirley? What's going to happen? Give us a rundown, please.
We have some dynamic speakers. You just saw one of them on the flyer that was on the screen.
Yeah.
Coach Eric Sean. So he's a dynamic speaker. He's part of our lineup. And I don't want to give all of them. We have so many youth that are part of our lineup, and I can let Andrea actually go through and name those for you. But we have an awesome host. Hopefully, we'll have Dr. John Ugulu as part of this overall process. And so he's also a dynamic speaker, a dynamic host. And Miss Carlotta Taylor, I believe her name is. I do not want to mispronounce that. She's also one of our dynamic keynote speakers. And
Right.
so we have, and it just goes on and on. We will actually be speaking that day as well. So you do not want
Right.
to miss this event. It will be an awesome event. Again, we have youth and we have adults. So we
Right.
want to be able to impact not only adults, but the youth as well, so that they can hear some powerful speakers that who are not adults. And
Right.
so dynamic event, do not miss it, and hope to see you there.
Well, I will try my best. You know what? I'm gonna have to start cloning myself because all the events that I'm invited to, I have to come to. I really love speaking. As I said, Charlene, you missed it. But what I was saying was like, I do it so much. Being on the radio, being on television, you kind of have to get used to it. Of course, the nerves are always there. And I said it to Andrea the last time. I said there are two things that I do. Somebody always said to me, Abigail, cover your ears. Picture the folks in front of you naked. What that means is it kind of strips them of their power. Do you understand? Because I'm in front of them and then I feel so nervous, right? So I do that. And then I also just say to myself, everybody loves Sandy. It's such a narcissistic thing. Everybody wants me to do well. And I go up there and the nerves are there, but it is not that bad, right? So
Right.
everyone has their own unique tips and own unique ways of getting over the hump. Now, Charlene, what is your unique way of getting over the hump?
You said something that is very important because people tend to believe that because you're speakers,
Yes.
you do not get the nerve,
Right.
you do not get the jitters and all that kind of a thing. And I like to share always I share with my students and colleagues that listen, you always get nervous because you really don't know the audience. You never know your audience, right? Until you are presenting. What do I use? Whoa. What I use is to tell myself that I am the expert in this. Yes.
Right.
And they are there to listen to me. No. I do know also that I will be making mistakes.
Right.
Yes, we do, because that's a part of being nervous, Abigail. That's a part of being nervous. I do know I will be making mistakes. However, the audience don't know that I will be making
Exactly.
mistakes. So what I
Exactly.
do is I don't get too caught up with, oh, I'm going to make mistakes. And I'm always shaking to begin with.
Right.
When I step on the stage, I'm shaking.
Right.
And 3 minutes in, I forget all of that.
Yeah.
right?
And they
And
start
then
to
I'll be
enjoy
talking,
yourself.
I'll
Yeah.
say cat when I should be saying dog. But when I say cat,
Right. Right.
I make cat work in
It-
the speech.
I
So
love
the
it.
audience would not know that cat was really a mistake. They were like, oh my God, she's a genius. Kind of a thing. So I tell myself that I am the expert. They're there to
Yes.
listen to me and I have fun. But I'm always nervous. I keep reminding, and I'm not ashamed to say, I am
Yes.
always, every time I grace the stage, I
Yes.
start off with being nervous, but
Of
I
course.
end in confidence, power, and I end with determination. And when you leave motivated.
Exactly. And that's amazing. And Abigail, you're such a young woman, but what is it that you have? What tips do you have, right? To get over any type of nerves that you might have walking in front of folks?
There's different ways to get over the stage jitters, but what I normally do is what should I say? Imagine everybody that's looking at me is like potatoes or not there. I, or I try not get too focused on the audience that I'm forgetting what I'm going to say. So I just try my best not to not think about it and to think
Right.
about the piece and know what I am saying.
That's amazing. So, I probably started off like you. Now I'm seeing them in different different realms, Abigail. But it works for me as you go along. So as you age, which is another good point, right, Andrea? As you age, things might change. I mean, Abigail is at that stage where she's thinking about them as potatoes. Sandy's thinking about them something else. But it works, correct? Because it's a different stage. Am I right, Andrea?
Very much so. You were right.
So you use what works for you. And just like what Charlene said, and Shirley has alluded to this as well, you just use whatever works for you and try to admit that you will have the nerves. That's one thing. Admit that you will have the nerves and try to move on. Now, what I did, guys, was, as a writer myself, what I always do is research. So I went online and I thought, let's just see what YouTube has to say about some good examples of a speech and some bad ones. So we're going to play a little bit of a video. You guys stay put and we'll talk about it on the other side. Grab some water if you can. But I just want to show you what I found and we'll laugh. I'm not going to play. It's 8 minutes, but I'm not going to play it in its entirety. We'll play a little bit. Okay, here it is.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
I'm proud. But in fact, I'm very proud to be the first Pashtun, the first Pakistani, and the youngest person to receive this award. Along with that, I'm pretty certain that I'm also the first recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize who still fights with her younger brothers. I want there to be peace everywhere, but my brothers and I are still working on that. I'm also honored to receive this award together with Kailash Satyarthi, who has been a champion for children's rights for a long time, twice as long, in fact, than I have been alive. I'm proud that we can work together. We can work together and show the world that an Indian and a Pakistani, they can work together and achieve their goals of children's rights.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
Well, graduates, we made it. As a group, we did indeed start from the very bottom. Now it looks like the whole team's here. Think about how far we have come individually and as a class. Looking back to freshman year, it seems like it was just yesterday. There was the first football game, the first class.
It has this thing where, and some of it could be nerves. You could see that with the Miss USA. So no one's ragging on her, trust me, because it all happens to the best of us. But what I liked were the points that they gave out, using humor. I like using humor. I think, okay, if I break the ice with humor, people like me more. That's it. They won't beat me up, right? That's what I'm thinking. The other thing, of course, is that eye contact. I always try to look in someone's eyes. Now, is that a good reference to make? Do you guys recommend that? Abigail, would you recommend that I look into your eyes when I speak to you?
Yes, you do, and that's something I've realized from I came on the show.
Yeah.
That I saw that you get direct eye contact.
Exactly. Right.
Times when
you're speaking. That's what I only think. And the other thing I've learned, especially as a female, is I always, and ladies, you can jump on this and kind of say, as we get older, and Abigail, this will happen to you a lot of times as women, we tend to kind of negate ourselves. So I've always tried to say, my name is Miss Daly. Okay. I always have. So it's, Sandy Daly. It's not just Sandy. That boosts my confidence. It's Sandy Daly. Okay. So that way, my first name and my last name. Men do it all the time. And we're not ragging on men. I'm just saying this is a thing where ladies can actually learn from this. My name is Sandy Daly. And so your name is Abigail Sinclair, right? And that should be a standing point. Do you think that will end up being a confidence booster for young ladies, especially Shirley?
Oh, yes, of course. I feel like it will be, because you're standing strong in who you are, and you're very confident. It shows confidence in you and who you are again. So a lot of times people can size you up or determine or make I don't like to say judgment, but they can just tell who you are just by a lot of times your demeanor or what you demand and how you present yourself. Right. So I think it's very powerful. And when we want people to respect us, we have to show that we respect ourselves and demand a certain degree of how we want to be introduced.
Exactly. And I love that. Now, Charlene and Andrea, you guys can jump in anytime. I mean, for me, as I said, I like the fact that in the good speeches, others were acknowledged and included. Do you think inclusivity is a good way to have a great speech? Charlene, what about you? What do you say?
Yes, but it depends. Remember, you have different types of speech. So your strategy depends on the type of speech that you're delivering. Humor cannot be used in all types of speech. You have to know when to use to let me say be strategic in your approach. So in other words, you have to be flexible.
Right.
And that is one of the things that we teach. Well, Global Kids Speak teach the children, and Voice Masters teach the adults, because we have our speaking engagement. One of you spoke about Miss America, that Miss South Carolina.
Yeah.
Preparation makes you do things better.
Right.
So even though it was a question that she wasn't quite familiar with,
right,
had she been prepared to respond in an impromptu way, her response would have been different. I'm
Right.
sure if you ask, well, that's what you're doing now. You're just asking Abigail questions, and she's responding
Right.
because she understands. You didn't give her a guide before; she's just responding.
Right.
So if we train the individuals who are interested in speaking, in becoming speakers, motivational speaker, whatever type of speakers,
Right.
we always include that aspect of it where you have to know how to respond to questions in an impromptu way. And I think that is not think, we don't think. I believe that
We know.
was her downfall
Yeah.
because she
Yeah.
was not prepared.
Yeah.
But again, not everything works for every speech.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be flexible and know your audience.
And I think, and I'm going to ask you as well too, Andrea, on this point that you just made. For me, I always listen. I listen. So you are not just rambling off, right? So I know how to respond to what you just said. I might pick up something that you was interested in what you said, right? Because that will give me a speaking point for something else. Correct, Andrea? Now, with all the folks that are coming, what is it that they're looking for? Are they going to be walking out here and you're going to see them on podiums, or is it just folks that want to just, get their confidence on or up? What is it that each person, or for the most part, what are people looking for from this conference?
Okay, from this conference, they will definitely be walking away with understanding the power of their story, understanding that every voice matters. That's the theme of the conference, Echoes of Greatness. Every voice matters. And we are going to be showing each and every attendee the importance of telling your story, the importance of not being afraid to show up as who you are. They are going to leave as a transformed individual, understanding the powerhouse that they are.
Right. Oh, I love that. And this is so great. So once again, Shirley, give us the date, give us the place. What is it that they need to wear? Is it a casual dress? What are we expecting? How many people are we expecting?
So I'll give you part of this. It will be November 1st in
Okay.
Plantation, Florida at the Burwood Mall. And it's at the Allen Space Museum. So, and I'll let Charlene fill in the rest of that part of the event since we're close to the end.
Yes.
We just spoke about impromptu and you just put me on the spot right there.
She's not playing, Charlene. Girl,
So,
go.
yes. So we're expecting at maximum
Yeah.
100 person, because that's
Okay.
what the
venue holds.
venue can hold.
Okay.
And we do not have a dress code. We do not confine people like that, because
Right.
we don't want them to come confined in that way, because it might confine their minds.
Right,
So
of
we
course.
want you to come open. And so we don't have a dress code. We don't have a dress code for the children who will be presenting. Neither do we have one for ourselves. But I can tell you that they're going to be dressing eloquently, because, that's who they are. Those who are attending, we don't have a dress code. If you need, here is what you need to attend. After you purchase your tickets,
Yeah.
yes, once you need to be motivated, once you need to shift your paradigm of thought a little bit, once you need to be empowered and inspired, once you need to learn how to use your voice, because your voice matters, once you're ready to listen to children with powerful voices, because far too long we've been shutting them up, telling them that they are not supposed to be speaking unless they're being spoken to. Once you're ready to listen to the voices of the children who can empower and engage and motivate you, that's all we require for you to come. But remember, you have to purchase your tickets first. And the tickets
Yes.
are going for $97
Okay.
per person right now. And we are still open for registration, speakers registration. So persons who believe that they have a story and they want to share the story on the stage, we're open for registration. There is a cost for that as well, if you want to speak on the stage. And we have lots of prizes and surprises.
Nice.
Today we were talking about one of the big surprises, but we can't say it as yet. But we have prizes and surprises for the audience. Most importantly, we have a group of persons who will motivate, inspire, empower, and entertain you.
Exactly. And I love that. Now, Andrea, where can they actually get tickets? if you don't mind.
Okay, so definitely you can visit our webpage is voicemasters.biz. Tickets
Okay.
are available there, or you can find us on Eventbrite. Tickets are also there.
Okay, nice. Ladies and Abigail and Abigail's mommy. I keep saying Abigail's mommy. What's your name again? I'm so sorry, honey. What's
My
your name?
my name is Anike.
Anike. Nice to meet you, Anike.
A
Perfect. Look,
pleasure.
pleasure, pleasure. So I'm going to have Abigail have the very last word here because I believe that the young people are 100% the future. It has been an amazing presence of mind just to be here with you ladies and Abigail, and it really feels nice. You guys know I'm in Canada, but it's only a plane ride away, so don't worry, I might show up. I really looking forward to that. Abigail, any last words that you have to say about this event, and where can folks find you, Abigail? I'm very, very much interested in you.
So, my last thing I want to say about this event is that I would like to thank all, all of you for giving me this opportunity to get my voice out, because there's many things I want to say, but I don't have the opportunity to, or I'm being told it's not my turn to speak it. So I'm very excited for this event, and for us to how you can find me.
Through
You
your
can,
mommy, of course. Through your mommy.
yes, I'll just going to take you her contact.
Right. Okay. Anywhere through Abigail's mommy. Okay. So just go to Voice. Go to the website, go to the conference, and actually you can, get the information from Charlene, from Shirley, from Andrea about Abigail, and they'll pass it over. Ladies and Abigail, and well, Abigail, you're a lady as well, too. It has been an amazing pleasure. You guys take it easy. We're going to end now. So always try to watch my show. Of course, it is the Daily Grind with Sandy Daly. As you guys know, I also have the radio spot. So you're more than welcome to come on. You came on, Andrew. You're more than welcome to come on, Charlene, and other times. I'm here in Toronto, but the show goes to New York, to Florida, to Jersey, to, all parts, to England as well, too. So it has been a pleasure. Ladies, bye. Thank you so very much. And congrats, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Bye, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.